Brandon Sorsby is easily having the biggest roller coaster effect in a single month that I've ever seen in my life. What a lot of you guys don't know, in a nutshell, Brandon Sorsby was pretty much in a situation where he was on a team and he was actively betting. There were reports saying he had over $90,000 in bets. And that's a big no-no in the NCAA. But there were even reports saying that he was betting against his own team when he was in Indiana, his own quarterback going under on him. But then, like I stated on my video back in May, I pretty much talked about how Brandon Sorsby was in a situation where he had hope. The chances of him coming back were very low, but there was still a chance because they were going to court on June 1st. But then you have it on June 8th, he was pronounced eligible to play. One of the most historic college football days I ever seen on Twitter. Like Twitter almost exploded and erupted. Like you should have seen all these reactions. Like simply put, a lot of people was not rocking with it. I'm gonna show you. Here's one of the first reactions I seen from it. David Waters, Gators breakdown. This is a joke. And obviously the tweet was Brandon Sorsby has been granted his injunction against the NCAA. No, I mean David wasn't rocking with it. I don't think David was rocking with it. Then we got my boy Jake Crane, man. No way, dude. Jake Crane was not rocking with it. And Brooks Austin, he had way more tweets about it. He was not rocking with he was not rocking with Brandon Sorsby. He don't even think Brandon Sorsby is good enough to even be in a situation to put college football in jeopardy like that. You know what I'm saying? Here's a tweet right here. Opinion. If the NFL thought Brandon Sorsby was as good as the insane takes I saw from ESPN employees, I'd be willing to bet there's a supplemental draft. He basically saying, hey, Brandon Sorsby, just throw him off the curve. He ain't really all, he ain't really all that to the point where we're going to literally affect college football for damn near years. It's going to be setback for years. So I definitely agree with that. I think Brandon Sorsby good. I think he's good enough to like be excited to watch. But it's a good point. I ain't gonna lie, but it's unfortunate. I hate to see this happen to Brandon, you know. Matter of fact, here's a video of Brooks Austin's pretty much breaking it down. He made some valid points, I ain't gonna lie.
This is the first punishment, and this is the punishment that he will receive, right? You'll have to sit out for a year. That's the punishment we're giving you. And we're giving you that punishment because you ducked it everywhere else. You did everything you could to duck this punishment everywhere. You ducked it in college football. You tried to duck it and sue it and duck it and duck it and duck it. And you're ducking these consequences. We're going to make you serve this consequence. We're going to make you sit out for a year and enter your name into the 2027 draft. And what was Brandon Sorsby's camp's reaction to the fact that they were actually going to have to face consequences? I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to try to duck that one too because it's against your own NFLPA agreement, which I, for the life of me, don't understand. How can you sue on behalf of the NFL Players Association when you are not an NFL player? That doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. This
I ain't gonna lie. He kind of spazzed in that video, but he made some good points. I ain't gonna lie. Like Brandon Sorsby, him and his team did had to take some accountability. At least you gotta accept what they give you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not aware what he's talking about, yesterday there was news that came out saying that Brandon Sorsby is not eligible for the 2026 supplemental draft. The supplemental draft is pretty much just like a summer event where, people who were like ineligible after the draft somehow, kind of like Brandon Sorsby. But this year they said they weren't going to hold it. So that means Brandon Sorsby is going to have to wait until the 2027 draft. I mean, which is very unfortunate, but that's just come with life. When you make decisions like that, when you play with fire, especially with the NCAA, they never, ever played about gambling. So when you kind of break that law and you get caught for it, and this is your result, like I ain't gonna lie, like you just gonna have to take it. And like what Brooke Austin was saying, like suing the NCAA for something you did, that does sound kind of crazy. Like if you really sit and think about it, that's like me stealing from you and you press charges and I decide to sue you just because I don't want to get in trouble. And I also want you to go down with me. That might be a good analogy. It's really not. But I want y'all to get the point I'm saying. You have to take accountability for whatever you do. Like it's going to like everything that you do is going to come back at you. It's going to somehow get exposed to light, and he just happened to get exposed in the spotlight.
Worst case scenario just happened for Brandon Sorsby. The NFL is refusing to hold a supplemental draft. That means that Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech quarterback, will not be eligible to enter the NFL draft until 2027, and he can't go in 2026. Now, the league, which does not hold a supplemental draft every year and by the CBA is not required to, the letter that they sent to Sorsby's agent and them and all the teams said that they are not required to do so, and him just trying to escape the penalties from the NCAA do not merit a good enough reason for them to hold a supplemental draft, so they will not be doing it. So the NFL has essentially said that they will not be a safe harbor for him with these gambling allegations. And people are like, oh, they're going to draft him, they're going to draft him. I told y'all that this was a possibility that the league was going to say our integrity and is going
Yeah.
to and well the
Especially the
integrity of the
integrity part.
games was going to be paramount, and they were going to put that first. How can you as an NFL team trust him with valuable secrets that are going on, health, playbooks, everything else, when he's just 35 days, 45 days away from getting out of going into rehab? That is not enough time for them to be able to trust the integrity of the league, which people are already like, oh, there's an NFL script and all that. NFL, like, we don't want none of it. How can you trust the most valuable position? Trust him with millions of dollars? It is going to be short on him. But I will say that is people are like, well, he deserves forgiveness. He deserves a second chance. When you make mistakes in life, the unfortunate part is that you don't always get to undo or
We
re-get the
was just talking
chances
about
that you
this.
had in the first place. And it sucks for him. I hope he is able to change his life, get everything right. But that doesn't mean that he's going to get to play professional football.
Man, that's some good stuff right here from what's his name? From George Reister the third.
Worst.
Like my buddy George just said, man, he's pretty much a liability to a lot of teams. Like a lot of teams don't want to take a chance on a kid who's literally who's going through one of the biggest gambling addictions I've ever seen, that they have ever seen as well. Because $90,000 in bets during your college career, man, and I think he said that the volatility was to the point where it was like 10,000 bets at one point. It's just that's very concerning. I don't know if I could trust you. I don't know if I could, like he said, I don't know if I could trust you with secrets. I don't know if I could trust you with our plays. You, we don't know what we can do with you right now, bro. You got your face card is very bad, but do little empath me believe he should have a second chance? I think so. I think eventually he should kind of build his face card. Just I don't know, somehow maybe like you know how you go to jail, you can get community service, you can make yourself look good, or you can get out of jail on like good behavior. You know, I want a similar situation like that for Brendan Sorsby. I want him to, have another chance. I don't think his character is bad. I just think he has addictions that is very concerning. So basically what I'm saying is betting is bad. Don't get it wrong. Like don't get it twisted. Like betting on your team, especially against your own team while you're simultaneously on the team, and you're also a starting quarterback too. Like they say he was betting at Cincinnati. That's an issue. But I don't think it really it kind of exposes his character, but I don't think he's not a guy that will, bring problems to the locker room. Maybe he will. Basically, we seen worse. We seen Antonio Brown. Like Antonio Brown literally exposed his character in front of everyone, and he's still able to get picked up by certain teams. I don't think Ben is like I don't think Ben is like the deal breaker of all incidents. You get what I'm saying? I think he should have some type of chance. I think he should build his face card up. He should at least apply for the 2027 draft. A team might take a chance on him. It's gonna be very controversial for that team. But like I said, we seen way worse. Like Antonio Brown was doing the complete worst until he just completely crashed out. Like he left the field mid game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Brandon Sorsby is Antonio Brown. So I think y'all should just give them a shot. Like maybe a team in the fifth, sixth round that desperately needs a quarterback. They're willing to put him as a backup. They're not going to put all their eggs in one basket with him. They give him a couple million, maybe 500,000. Hey man, like with that being said, the video is pretty much gonna end on that note. I want you guys to completely challenge me on my opinions. That's the whole point of the comment section, or supporters in general. I just want to see how y'all feel, see where y'all head at. But I think Brandon Sorsby at the end of the day, he can get a second chance. It's just gonna be kind of hard, It's gonna be kind of hard to build that trust with NFL teams and stuff like that. Very unfortunate situation. A decision that he made at a young age could probably affect his future. So I want you guys to kind of look at this like a lesson to learn. And don't make rash decisions. I done made very irrational decisions, and it almost affected my life, so I can kind of see where he's coming from, and that's why I believe in second chances as well because I got second chances in some situations in life. So yeah, with that being said, I want you guys to like and subscribe. I appreciate for everyone for tuning in. My Auburn video regarding Alex Golis is the hottest video I made so far. It's right under 2.5K video views. Got a lot of subscribers from it, so I appreciate the love. Yeah, tune in for the next video. Peace.